There you go. You know what? Let's do that again, okay? Hoot hoot everybody, hoot hoot! I'm Vilhelm Vanderbos, the noble owl of Globie Generation 2 Equinox. And welcome back to Artstream. Hello. Okay. Hello everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna everybody refresh. Everybody refresh. We're back. There you go. Oh my gosh. Apologies for that. Welcome back everybody. Hoot hoot in chat for a little greeting. Also like the stream please, it helps the algorithm. Let's give our tribute to the algorithm and like the stream. Can I like it as well? Can I like my own stream? I mean, I'm partial, I'm biased, but I can. I'm biased. And that voice is amazing. Hello, hoot hoot Jennifer, hoot hoot Natsu, hoot hoot Citri, hoot hoot Ciel, hoot hoot Miri, hoot hoot Chaco, hoot Natsu, Yasu, welcome back. How's everyone doing? I should just go straight into this song. I feel like this is like season 2, year 2, main main song. How's the volume? Everything good? Everything okay? Gave my tributes to the great algorithm. Thank you, Joy. Hello everybody. And yeah, volume's good. Thank you. Doing well. It's a good song. Yeah, I feel like this is a nice vibe to the we got a new intro song this season, right? I feel like this really matched when I got the background delivered. I'm perpetually always in evening mode because it's just so cozy, especially with a combination of something like this. It just looks nice. I like it. And this is the background I was imagining you guys putting up the door again and everything. You know, I'm just sitting by my desk and just good stuff. Yeah. Not entirely sure what is on this. I might want to move the chat to the other side, but I gotta find a good spot for the kegs. Because I think I'm still looking that way, you know. So maybe it has a little spots for you know, kind of redecorating a little bit. That excited, yeah. I was just kind of the door gave way and just like a bunch of plumies just like brrr, like flooding in. Thanks for watching my short, by the way. I'm glad you liked it. I felt I had to keep that that last comment as well because it's just so unlike me to even say anything like that, and it's just Western bad guy getting shot, you know. But yeah, that was a nice one. Yeah, so I want to give you a little update of the Fugi situation. Meow sorted that out and actually got me a little freebie, which was very generous. So I gotta give a shout out to Meow Stream Shop. I I should put their, I think I should put their credits in the credits in general, because they've done the most, almost all of our emotes. So yeah. Flummies are cartoonesque. It's kind of like one of those cases when if it suits it, if it's for a good joke, then you get that superpower, you know? Bury me with my money. That's really the whole thing of like, oh, you got me right in the heart, you know, partner. And then the whole stagger that I was happy I was able to edit, and then go, But then, like, even though it's been minutes or, you know, a lot of time since getting shot, bad guy still gets to have one last word in, you know? I don't know. I thought it was funny. It was still a little short, and I'm glad I got it. And the fade out. Yeah. Thank you. I'm trying to improve on the shorts formula a little bit. I want to have the hoot hoot every time, of course, so that it's recognizable, but it's good stuff. Yeah, I want to show you the Fugi, the updates. I really like what they did. We were just kind of discussing around the whole, like, well, Fugi kind of, you know, it'll play both the animations at the same time in the background. But if it doesn't, then it's just gonna be a bit like strangely cut, like you guys saw that one like last time, right? Let me see if I can get it working here already. We got a Fugi scene. I don't think it's mine in there though. No, okay. Let's have a look. Because it's really cute. It's lovely. Let me I wanna show you guys. Because essentially, you know, the overly wobble. If you weren't here and you don't know what I'm talking about, I got Discord reactives made by the same person that made our that made the stream alerts and everything like that. And I got a little freebie in that they used the big wobble. They used the big wobble to give me like a mute and deafened animation. It should still be there. Oh well, it's fine. I think it's cute. Let's see. Yeah, right? Exactly. There we go. Okay. So we got this one. It's just kind of wobbles at the same pace now. I think these are kind of strangely angled actually, so let me just get that one out of there. Whoa! Where are you, little Fugi? There you are. Nice. Okay, so as you can see, it talks when I talk. It seamlessly goes into the wobble. Kind of like how I would like it. But if I mute on Discord, it just goes into this one. There you go. Less 3D effect. So while I'm muted or deafened, they use the extra wobbly one to just give me this kind of, you know, just vibe and kind of thing. We were talking about like, oh, what do people usually use for the muted one and stuff? Well, some people will use like you know, put like a duct tape over their mouth or something. But yeah, I say like, so I just kind of say like, if I were to do something with these, like maybe something with the eyes closed, like, so just kind of generally just there vibing and not talking, just kind of wobbling in the background. So it's more like downwards angled eyes, you know, kind of just like generally pleased. So this is when I'm deafened or muted, so this will still show for other people, but then when I unmute, then I'm back on the normal, just this one. Pretty good, right? I think it's a really nice one to use. I think it's quite recognizable as well. The humming, yeah, exactly. So I like it. And then I can also use them separately if I want to use them for anything like shorts or whatever, you know. Prop to the artist, yes. Meow Stream Shop did us a solid for that one. Also with the new emotes, of course, and the new Plumie alert. But yeah, welcome everybody. I'm gonna be working on the raffle prize commission. We're getting close to getting it done. Working a little bit on details now, but of course the hair and everything like that still needs to be worked on. But we'll get there. It'll be fine. We'll get there, you know. Tomorrow, I want to give a little shout out to that tomorrow we're gonna be watching my debut from 1 year back, and you're gonna get a little bit of behind the scenes commentary of everything that I think I say everything, but the things that I remember that led into debut, how things were prior to that, what was going on in my head or what wasn't. Can someone subscribe already? We can I can probably trigger it. Let's see. Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about like everything on the preparations, what I did, how long it took me, and just generally some feelings of how things were starting off like I did and everything like that, right? I think it'll be nice. Also lets me kind of reflect a little bit on where I was a year back. I haven't had a look at my debut in a while now. I used to look back, I should check back on it and see comments and see what people would be saying. You're kind of checking back chat and stuff like that. Just really nice. I checked the watch-alongs that were arranged for me too, and yeah, I just kind of really liked checking how that went. Like I said, I was very nervous during. I feel like I blacked out a couple of times, which is gonna be fun to point out. Like here, I don't know. I was my mind was just empty. So it's kind of interesting to see what actually came out of it. And that's gonna happen tomorrow. We're gonna watch that. I've also kind of been feeling like watching my expanded lore video as well. I haven't watched it in a while. So we're gonna do a little bit of talking around the debut mainly, because I'm gonna be pausing and commenting around the 1 hour debut. And then if we have some time on that too, we can talk about the expanded lore video on top of that too. I think that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow evening. Let's see. Alert box. Can I test a subscriber? How do I do this? I do test. YouTube subscriber. Here we go. Of course I didn't hear it because the friggin' mirrors update thing just wipes everything out. It's so annoying. Monitoring device. This one, please. Thank you. Try again. Should be bigger, I feel. Ba-da-da. Subscribers. Broop. There you go. Jumping Bloomy. And we can look into the... I'll look into the other stuff later. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done behind the scenes here and there. Just kind of never really take the time to. I should make a list of that, I think. Did you guys hear the hoot hoots? Because I did not. My, like this sound, this very softly. No hoots. No, it's really annoying because every time there's an update, it just really wipes everything out, and it's that's no good. I'm gonna try again. I see the volume go up, but I can't hear it at all. Well, yeah, it's there for you guys. I can't hear it. Usually I try to listen. I listen to the no, okay, we'll leave it there for now at least. because at least you guys can hear it. This is I'm not here to I'm here to draw. I'm not here to start friggin' troubleshooting, and everything was set up again. And yeah, well, whatever. We're gonna draw. Let's see. Let's draw. Is it working? My hand's working. Is the pen where it needs to be? Yes. Okay. The thing that takes a while to fix this is first recognize and identify where the layer was with the pen that wasn't working. And then also... Oh, it's still not working, is it? No, it's not. Oh no. Oh no. This is gonna bug me to no end. Okay. What do we do about this then? I guess I'm just turning off the arm. No arm. The problem with this is that the brush is not where the pen is. See? Yeah. For some reason, the whole setup was moved. I figured that I'd fix it because right there it's drawing where the pen is, but anywhere else it's not, and it being a little off destroys everything. It ruins the whole immersion. So yeah, I'm a little I don't like this. I don't like this. Anyone using this this kind of system and it being off center is no. Perfectionism screaming at me. So yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why. This is not something that I want to be doing live either. Where the heck? Huh? I don't understand. I can draw without the hand. Yeah, I guess I can. More so, I guess I'll have to. Well, there you go. Okay. Yeesh. So we were rendering out the torso, all in all, last time, I believe. And now all the coloring was already merged. So this is just one layer now. And I believe we were just rendering things out using these colors that already are here. If my voice sounds a little hoarse and dry, hay fever started. Misplaced kegs, that is deliberate. Misplaced kegs is a deliberate joke, right? Unaligned cursor is just a sign of unprofessionalism. But again, it's not an easy fix. I took a long time to align that, and I'm gonna have to do it again. But hello everybody, once again, everyone that just came in. Hello Milana. IT Owl later. Cozy Owl now. So we're drawing Sidri's Bloomsona, Sidri's character from the raffle that I hosted last month. I hosted a raffle for members for like a bit of a membership push, and we went, you know, above and beyond when it came to the amount of members we got in. I'm not sure if it's kind of gone down now, the counter, because I was kind of expecting people to maybe not resubscribe. Some people have like actually renewed their membership, which is quite nice. But you know, when you give out a bunch, like hundreds of memberships to random people, not everyone is going to be able to renew, you know. So this week we're just going to be doing a little. I'm probably going to keep working on this drawing, to be fair. I'm just going to do a little bit of a cozy art and chat. It does say binaural, but depending on what stuff needs to be worked on with this one, we'll see if it actually is going to be binaural, because this is easier to work with when I use my main input device, and it takes a bit longer if I'm trying to silence it for binaural stuff. But either way, it's less about, you know, efficiency with our work and chat and more so about the coziness of welcoming the weekend, right? More alchemists to play with. Yeah, we totally did. It was fun. We hosted the again, for some reason I want to say fast penguin, right? Hello Nai, welcome back. So I was contemplating the upcoming art challenge, right? Because I want to branch out a little bit, also to Instagram and test the waters a little bit, because I just really like artist communities generally, and I'm not really sure what Instagram looks like these days. But I would like to try to reach out and get some shorts out, and also whenever I do the art challenges that they go up too. But I think I'm not going to do this this time around, because I ran into a little thing that was the hashtags do not sort chronologically on Instagram, and that is kind of a little thing that needs to work, that I need to figure out what to do with. Because I need to be able to find people's entries, right? So that is we're gonna do Twitter, TikTok, and I'm gonna do Twitter, TikTok, and of course advertise it with a short on YouTube as well. But I gotta say, generally Twitter and TikTok got a pretty good response already for the TikTok really likes to, the algorithm there apparently speaks the same hoots that we do, because they really would push the art challenges on people's feeds and stuff. I think that's really nice. I said so before, like when I was going through the art challenge, right? The fact that people, the fact that they just see it and they just find, oh, that seems like fun, and they just essentially do an entry for this art challenge, this random owl guy that shows up on their feed, you know. But I'm glad people did. I did mention this art challenge is going to have difficulty levels, but you will be featured the same regardless. It's more so if you want to push yourself, you'll see what it is on Sunday. Yeah. So the thumbnail says maybe OC, but I reckon I'm just gonna be pushing it as maybe OC, just one maybe, for the pun of May, and you'll see why also. But yeah, that's for Sunday. Check in on Sunday for the art challenge. It'll be fun. Okay, so this is one layer, and thank you. You like the warm color palette. I like that. I'm glad you do. I like to do warm color palettes when I do. I like the pun. Thank you. Yeah. You guys, you know, I hadn't even realized it, but because let's see, I would do a lot of fan art, and technically I've done that too, starting off here with my art, kind of catching up a little bit and being able to show what I can do and whatnot. But I had not thought about the fact that I was character designing. I think I mentioned that already, right? Squeegee said so. Like it's also like essentially introduced me in a raid that like being a character designer, and I had never considered myself as such. Which that you can tell that still left an impact, right? Because I'm mentioning it again. It's been a while now, but it's more so like the little token that the coin finally registered went into the slot in my head and just click 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 click, you know. Because I've been doing a lot of drawing and it's been coming pretty easily. I really like this momentum that is going. The fact that I've done some drawing on the side, which I also would like to show you when I can later on, some designing and stuff. So it's just been kind of fun to be in that kind of in that zone, you know. Feeling like warmed up because that's something I never really understood a while back, like a long time ago. I only now realize the pun. As a self-proclaimed pun lover, I'm ashamed and humbled. The best puns are the least in your face, I guess. Not the best ones. Some puns are just kind of sneaky like that. It's also not going to be completely true because it's going to go into June, so it's starting off as a maybe, but it has a double how do you say that? Double entendre? No. It has double meaning either way. So it works for any other time as well. I love that when Squeegee said that you could see the puzzle pieces fit together in real time. I reckon, I guess so. Right? Yeah, everyone that has been doing these, ever since I started doing challenges with the pause challenges and stuff like that, I was going back into character designing. I loved doing that before I kind of essentially started doing a lot of fan art, right? I love doing that. I would kind of try to make characters out of inanimate objects, you know, like Gijinka or anthropomorphication. That I always thought of it that one. But Gijinka designs is something that I always really like doing with things like, you know, video game consoles or I haven't done cars that much because I'm not really super interested in cars, but also like other characters, animals, stuff like that, you know. So I used to do that a lot as I was learning how to draw, and it's kind of easy to, I wouldn't say fall into, like it's some kind of trap, but doing a lot of fan art kind of gives this kind of different kind of gratification, because you both make something as tribute for something you like, and you get to practice your art, you know. Now I want to low-key design my own car transformer. Right. That's a Transformers, like it's a pretty good one. I really like doing mecha. How do you say that? I like doing hybrids, human hybrids. So kind of robots, but with human features and anime features. You don't have a lot of designs like that aren't sexualized, sadly, but I do like them when they are, when there's essentially just about the fact that they're a robot and not about the fact that their legs are bare, you know. Because I found myself quite disappointed at the fact that a lot of the femme representing mechas, the mecha musume, are essentially in a swimsuit and then just have robot parts for like arms and legs. I really like it when it has a bit more of a leotard is a good base design, sure, but the fact that it's just only a leotard and nothing else is a little bit of like, you can do more with that to make it interesting, you know. For guys, it's just armor, you know, essentially. I like doing that character insert in games. It's a fun exercise. Thank you. I mean, I'm gonna keep you guys on your toes, on your talons, if you're a plumie, and try to figure some of that stuff out, because like I said, for that challenge, it's essentially a style practice challenge in disguise, you know. But I just kind of I would prefer to exercise our creative muscles the same way you do when you play something, rather than go straight up and start lifting something heavy for repetitions, you know. It's kind of more fun when it's kind of hidden in something, you know. What would your character look like in this universe? What would your character look like in that universe? You know, what would they do? Try to like expand on your character rather than just like draw the character looking like this. Okay, it's there's so many different things to do for art challenges. A lot of things have been done, which is fine because then we bring them back. There are many art challenges, but these are mine and ours. These are ours. Also lets me learn a little bit more about you guys. Like it was fun to see a lot of fantasy life entries, for instance. I was also very surprised at the fact that I did not expect when I played Rune Factory 4 Special for that to take off, like, or be like a popular stream. But a lot of people were chatty at the time. Maybe it was a good, maybe just kind of fell at a good spot or something. But just kind of fun to see what what you guys like to see and do. So yeah, we got a new art challenge coming up. It's gonna be quite a funny one, and that does because it could be pretty challenging, where I'm doing difficulty levels. So, you know, feel free to tell me in which difficulty level you did it. Regardless, everyone's gonna get featured. Yeah, replicating styles is a pretty fun little thing. And it's just like you say, like, oh, I'm actually pretty good at it. That's really nice to discover that. There are uses for it, you know? Because that also means you kind of take in you kind of analyze the art style in a way that lets you kind of understand it in a way to replicate it in a believable way, not just drawing a character from said place. Oh. Ah, goodness. It starts. Thank you. Salud. Hi there. Hey there. Yeah, dang it. Here's getting me back. Reassuring to hear. Love doing multiple styles. That there's use for it, or that it's okay to do. The thing is, like, I know there's this whole thing where people would say it's not good to copy, do your own thing, la 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 la, you know. But doing a self-insert is you doing fan art essentially, you know. That's still character design, that's still originality. You're just putting it in an existing world. So why wouldn't you be able to adapt the style so that they fit into that world, you know? But there's a lot of use for it in that sense that, let's say, let's put it from a practice perspective. It teaches you to analyze what makes something identifiable, and lets you, you know, kind of start seeing okay, so this is what makes a chibi style, or this is what makes this kind of style. You would let you learn styles quickly. And there's this kind of stigma of like, you need to find your own style, but that could be your style, you know. There are people that probably make a full-on living drawing another established style, because if you like that style, chances are a lot of other people like that style too. And as a VTuber, I see that a lot, the fact that, you know, if there's a VTuber that's super into a specific thing, chances are they would want to be drawn in that specific style too, you know. So from a commission perspective, that is the value in it too. From a, I would say, like, not commission, profit perspective, if you want to see it like that. I don't care much about making art not enjoyable, but by constantly thinking about profit. But I feel like it's one of the things that I kind of always say when people ask me for advice and whatnot. It's like, what do you want to draw for, you know? Do you just want to draw for recreation, improving yourself? Then, you know, that you're doing pretty good. Just keep at it, keep practicing. But if you have a specific goal in mind, then for a lot of artists, they do dream of making like profit, maybe making some money off of it, getting the. So for some people, that is like everything from being like recognized for their efforts and you know, talent or whichever skills, I should say, rather. But for others that just are a bit more business oriented, I do think personally that even though you can be good at adapting styles, when you adapt a style that you genuinely like, it really reflects on the art. It's just kind of like seeing someone drawing something they don't really enjoy. Like if you see someone doing something or playing a game they don't actually enjoy it, you can tell, you know? When people start trying to make their own fun because the game isn't entertaining to them, they're still having fun, they're still doing lots of fun jokes and stuff, but you're just kind of like, you could have done this with any other game or any other thing, you know? You're not really enjoying it. And that's something that kind of, to me, comes across in art as well, when you kind of you're just drawing this because it's a trend or because it's a new popular thing and whatever. I've been there too, and I don't feel like that's ever like really been any of my best work. But I don't know, people are still skilled at art and can still make beautiful things. But yeah, just like you say, Joy, it's finding your own style is essentially combining all the things that you like into something, getting influences. People are surprised over the fact that I draw a painterly style, but I tend to refer to this guy or Takahiro. What's Takahiro Harada's work for the Disgaea character designs. I like them because they're very animated, they're very vivid, and while I don't draw them as vivid and comic-like and whatnot, I still pull from the inspiration that those characters seem so alive, so I should maybe work a little bit on face expressions, or just these kind of like how do you say that, these kind of little hidden expressions like body language and stuff like that. Because seeing that art kind of really made me realize that the characters don't even need to be looking angry to seem angry. There's a lot in the stance, how their hands, arms, everything is tense, what they're doing, you know, that kind of deal. Someone holding a stick can look in so many different ways. It can look like they're about to smack someone with the stick, or they're about to, you know, but I don't know, they're just grabbing a stick generally because they wanna hold up the door, so they're just gonna like put the stick on the ground so that it kind of holds the door open. Or they're playing with a doggo and they're holding a stick a bit loosely. So a lot of it can be, the intention can be seen as like, if you see someone angry or kind of having this kind of like really grabbing onto something, then you kind of already get this kind of almost threatening aura from them, you know, when they're tense. So that kind of stuff I got from the Disgaea art. I really liked how, like, there's no doubt about it, this character does that kind of a deal. It's very archetype. centered in the fact that because this Gaia, if you don't know what this Gaia is, it's a tactics strategy RPG with a bunch of characters and known for the fact that levels go over 9,999 and damage also goes over like just fills the screen with 9999999. So it's a bit over the top in that sense, but you have a lot of different characters and classes. Hello Fayley, welcome. The way someone makes themselves bigger to feel threatened. Yeah, you can pick up on that. Pretties, yeah. Pretties too, dude. So, very inspiring style to me. I have hay fever. As a spirit of the forest, could you tell the grass to please chill a bit? I've been out touching grass yesterday and can confirm grass wants me not there. But just if someone tells me go touch grass now, I'll take it as a threat. I just realized also, because I did that joke about Fever going hey with Squeegee, right? Giving it a really silly voice. That I did not realize that I can make that joke in Dutch as well, because hoi is also a way to say hi. Of course, hot. Hoi! Hoi! Yeah. Hello, scones. Touching grass touching is always good, except when the grass touches me back, exactly, like Miri says. How are you doing, Philly? And how are you doing, scones? Now, let's see, I do believe the nails were painted. Give it a little shimmer. Oh, Bala. I get it. And this. This. Drawing is scrumptious. Thank you. That was pause for effect, huh? I'm kidding. Thank you. It's a raffle commission essentially. I held a raffle last month, and yeah, I know what's going on. Don't worry. I'm just being silly. So now we're working on details on it. I feel like putting on a little bit more of the good old art music, yeah. This hay fever starting early this year. I find I'm feeling it kind of appropriate in a way, because last year around this time I caught a cold. Hopefully I don't this year, but there are some clips that you hear me talk with like a bit of a cold, and I guess this hay fever also makes my voice go a little bit deeper. I don't know, what do you guys say? Does it? It just makes me think of the it's a smidge more vocal fry. It's similar to usual tone. Okay, yeah, it's a little dry throat or something. Yeah. All right, that's good. Slightly croaky ribbit. Yeah. Makes sense. I got some water. I'll be hydrating, no worries. Da, 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 da. Kind of feeling like bringing in little guy just chilling to the music, you know? Da, 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 da. Where's my Fugi? Also, shout out to the good manager, Totomane, for keeping tabs on a Rune Factory, the next one. No updates yet, but you know, it's we'll get it. I want to be at the ready. There you go. How's that? We got so many little bills, right? We got the Undertale one, we got the Pixelville. Yeah, the cheeks wiggle. It's cute. I think most of the songs we listen to fit this too. Could go a little higher, I think. Myville, would you happen to be a perfectionist? I would never have guessed. There you go. Yeah, that's cute. That's cute. I'm so happy with that one. And we got a jumping Plumie as well. It's so nice. Something about this song is like, whenever I just get lost in a song, listening to the vibes that it gives me or whatever like that, you know? This one has, I really like the how do you say that? Is it percussion? When you have these kind of, almost like hanging seashells that just kind of rattle a little bit in the wind, you know? It has a lot of that, which makes sense because the song is called Whistling Winds. So every so often, whenever the song kind of, the tone stretches or like is held for a bit, they also add this kind of like rattling in the wind kind of thing. And those little things I pick up on, it just gives me so many the wooden wind chimes, kinda, but you just hear it almost like the metal ones in our orchestra, you know, almost like the glitter, but it just kind of rattles. You might not be able to hear it because the song is a bit low, but yeah, summer breeze about it. Yeah, exactly. You kind of hear it every time the beats, like there's a beat. Like there. It just does a lot for the vibes of it all. Could also be one of those little tubes that kind of just has a lot of little metal things in it that kind of makes rain, as they say. Yeah. Okay, frills. Ugh, frills, frills. I don't remember what button it is, but... Ugh, frills. They look beautiful, but drawing them... Let's go. At least I can draw them. Yeah, the percussion does a lot for a song. It sells me the immersion. Also, the vocals in the song is also beautiful. Very nice, very nice. Your artistic range is impressive. It's different from your previous art, yet very characteristically. Thank you, thank you. The rendering is where my style is at. The subject can change, I suppose. Welcome, Mero. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Hello, Sai. Welcome, welcome. Oh no, wait. They're gonna say, they said hoot hoot. Hoot hoot. Greetings recognized. I must have summoned Sai when I said frills. Let's work on the frills. Because then I was just kind of like, ugh, frills, and then I could just... Yeah, exactly, I could just picture that too, I guess. These are a bit irregular frills though, because they're just part of the sleeve, they go all over the place. But yeah, thank you very much, Mero, for saying that. I think a lot of my rendering also comes from the fact that I learned a lot of my things with realism initially, and then I pull a lot from that. This is kind of a little bit more acrylics and oil paintings in a way. I've not done a lot of that, but I'm not using a specific brush or anything. I'm just kind of trying to emulate the blending by just having a lot of different values of colors in it. I can see that. You see, like the frills, ruffles, and bows are therapeutic. I can see that. Because it's kind of repetitive work, but it's kind of not doesn't change. It's kind of predictable, so you just kind of go through the motions and then you get really nice stuff, right? Kind of like drawing flowers and stuff too. Yasu. I think frills can appear I think frills could be an ingredient to the next art challenge this Sunday. I say teasingly without really revealing more. There you go. This is really nice. Looks kind of painted. That's kind of what I wanted, honestly. I'm gonna get rid of this tangent right here, though. Kind of really let the viewer's eyes understand that the back part actually goes behind the hand. There you go. That's much better. What's your go-to texture to render like leather glass leather glass slime scales? Metal, I think. Not one that you mentioned, but metal, I guess. A lot of the things I do, I picture as a shape of metal when doing them. Eyes, reflections in eyes, metal spheres, general other shiny things. That's kind of where I pull that from, I guess. You know, like let's give a quick example. A good old friggin' metal cylinder, right? Like soda can kind of thing. I really like it because metal can have so many different colors in it. So not deciding particularly where the light is coming from, just as an example. You always get this kind of rim light with metal, regardless. You always kind of get this kind of rim light on things, edges. Kind of doesn't matter. Like it's almost like the light wraps around it in different like kind of intensities. You do get shading in it. You do get shading in it too, like a base shade. You get shading, but it's glossy, right? So it's kind of like, then you have like other parts of light in it too. So this is like the base kind of brushed metal kind of rendering shade, like thing, right? But the part that I really like about doing metal stuff is that you also get secondary and tertiary lighting in this too. So in this you could like imagine what the room would look like, and in my head does the whole thing of like looking from putting my eyes here and looking outwards. What would I see? So let's just kind of make up some shapes in it, you know. It's like, that's a door frame, like kitchens, some like furniture. Someone is standing right there, but they're kind of wider than what the metal doesn't see. Blur that a bit. You get a little bit of extra texture in there, and then you also get the extra lights, that is reflective stuff. And you start playing with colors on this too, it goes all over the places. And you see kind of how, okay, there you go. Metal surface. So there's a lot of other things to keep in mind to really make this you know, really properly done. In that sense that if you have reflective light as well, that it reflects off of the metal as well, in that sense. You get these kind of lights on the surface. And then you can also get the extra little where a light is hitting the surface. And then you have the kind of ability to give it this little extra, you know, kind of unrealistic pizzazz if you want to kind of really ching. Look, that's either really sharp or it's like just really glossy. Art tangent. So yeah, I really like to work with metal in general. I'm using a square brush. Yeah, it's my brush. It's my sketch brush. I use it for essentially everything except when I need to soften things up. My sketch brush is the big size of it. For those that don't know, square sketch brush is that little kind of what people like English people do and tap their noses, kind of like you're in the know. You're in the know. For some reason, at some point, a lot of artists, especially in concept art or character design or whichever they are, prop art and stuff like that, they always end up using a square brush. For me, it's a square shape. It's a square shape. For those that don't, so I'm not gonna really explain it in detail, but it's a square shaped airbrush. It's a square shaped hard airbrush with texture. But Vil, why not just use the chalk brush and do? No, this does it better. Yeah, it also gives this whole thing. I like to do things painterly, so it's just kind of, it's built in. It has texture, it has a slight blending, like darker blending on it. But I'll tell you though, I remember downloading like brush sets from other artists that I might admired at times, and their brushes just kind of did not vibe with me at all. Some people get really intense about the artists they admire, and they just really like, I'm gonna make it work, I'm gonna assimilate their style, kind of a thing. So they just kind of force themselves to use the brushes that they essentially their artist heroes do. Yeah, exactly like Nye says. I'm still, square brush aside, I do feel like if a simple round brush or airbrush, whatever works for you, then you know, do that. For me, this textured brush is essentially what bridges traditional art and digital art for me. I say as I'm working on one layer, you know, just kind of doing my thing. Would I recommend working on one layer? No, not really. If you've got a good feel and system for your layers, then take advantage of it. Kohaku, Hyoma Kohaku, Yokozo. Hello, Hyomis, how are you doing? Hello, Co. How you doing? How are things? Hi. Hoot hoot, everybody. I'm Vilhelm Vanderbos, the noble owl of Globie Generation 2 Equinox. I'm an artist, cozy gamer, puzzle gamer, and generally a language owl. Green dress too. I'm the better one. If you know another green language owl, then don't be fooled. I'm the better one. Well, a raid quest, homies. I would say you have completed your raid quest. Well done, and thank you. How are you doing, ATP? How you doing, Enya and Soli? I'm drawing a raffle prize. I held a raffle last month, so now I am working on the prize. Some detail that needs doing. Detail that needs detailing. How was the stream? Did you guys enjoy it? Alright, like, what were you guys saying? Circular brushes are also good. Yeah. It's completely up to you. You can use a triangular brush if you want. Honestly, you just find whatever works. I did some prop design. So whenever you have a sketchy kind of rendering kind of thing where you use few layers, then you kind of something that lets you quickly render out things like this is well is pretty good. Totally chill Apex time, absolutely. Oh really? The way you're saying that, I feel like, was it Apex? Then it might still have been pretty hectic, right? No, basic round is pretty good too. Like I've said, aside from this sketch that I do to deliberately get some texture in there, aside from this brush, I also use just basic round airbrushes done in a kind of a harder manner, like hard airbrushes as I call them. That's just kind of what I do. Apex has no chill, but we can dream. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. I haven't played Apex in a long time. I played it kind of like casually a while back, a long time ago. Yeah, I was gonna say, one thing that one little trick that I got taught by an industry professional for basic round. They did all their card illustrations done with a basic round brush. They used Photoshop, but this is also transferable in other things, is that you not opacity but hardness, that you switch your hardnesses, like the hardness levels around on your brush. So this what are we going to call him, this I'll say stork, this stork that did work for like Warhammer and stuff like that. I just used basic round brush, and also had a kind of, you know, like this is like the brush bigger, brush smaller, brush bigger, brush smaller, but also had one that was hardness level up and down for the brush, so they could just kind of quickly switch between what kind of brush hardness they needed. Because honestly, not everyone vibes or really particularly works well with the pressure sensitivity, because you could set brush hardness to your brush. I used to do that at one point too, but I ended up really hurting my hand because like I would press down on the tablet a lot to get certain hardness levels, right? So it's kind of better to leave that digital and then just kind of just use light strokes. Lasso tool, the hard edge in multiple colors. Yeah, I get you. Like you make a deliberate gradient. I like the let me show you guys the mush plume squeegee, because squeegee did mushroom Wilhelm. I did owl squeegee. Squeegee. This one, right? This has a bit of an inky, hard, like drop. What's it called? Like Luigi, the mush plume. Has pretty hard shadows, and it looks pretty sharp from a distance, but when you zoom in, you kind of still see that I'm using the same kind of square brush everywhere because the shading is kind of sloppy like that. Now, if I were to do a character like this, when it comes to lines, normal, like when I would do like print stuff, I would probably try to do vectors, kind of much more similar to what Squeegee does. But due to the fact that I was just kind of letting this take shape the same way I'm drawing now, it just gets what it gets, you know. Essentially, this is the kind of stuff I love to do for shading when I do things on my when I do things traditionally. Ballpoint pen, inks, stuff like that, fountain pen, that kind of stuff. Then I like to do hard shadows like this because it lets you give a lot of volume to something only using black or white. No in-betweens, you know. Like if you do ballpoint, you can actually sketch a bit, but when you're using like hard blacks or whatever you say that, then it's yeah, it lets you give it a little bit more depth to things. Welcome back, Neon. Yeah, vectors are pretty good for making prints because you can resize things. It just that's similar to my grayscale approach. Like it takes a while to get everything in place, but once you do, it's very versatile. Again, I've only done very few. I've done very few vectorized only illustrations, logo designs and stuff like that, maybe. And for emblems for clothing and items and stuff like that, then that needed a little bit more vectors for that. You kind of already know when the person commissioning or whatever, they ask for specific files, you know, and then you know, oh, vectors, okay, I get you. But yeah, it's been a while. No, this no. This does not work. No. Let's I need to zoom out a little bit because I'm rendering things that don't make sense. Let me also bring up the reference. Let's see. Raffle price. Yeah. What I need to do is get the actual shapes of the hairs in, and not to forget the fact that there are some moles and stuff and earrings that need to go into. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Essentially, what used to be kind of flash animation, I believe. A lot of vectorized stuff is used, even in pretty good animated series like the French Ankama production, like Wakfu. That's animated in that kind of way. It's pretty impressive, actually. I had some exchanges with some artists that worked on that. It was pretty cool to see. Like, they were background artists for some of the episodes. Only spoke French, so the communication was a little so-so, but we communicated through art and trades and stuff like that, you know? It's fun. In one of my many travels, I came across this other bird that worked on things. Yeah. I would say art communities were a little bit more people did things for other people a lot more. Art trades and things like that. Kind of like, I really like your characters, let me draw your characters, kind of a way to, you know, kind of you would network by actually doing art of other people's works and stuff. Pretty fun though. I got to learn a lot from a lot of people. The same style as Wakfu. Well, Wakfu is a game as well, right? Dofu's also. I would really like one of those art books, I think. Yeah, it does get buried a lot. It's usually when people find their ways to each other's kind of spaces and whatnot. I know Instagram was really good for art exchanges as well, especially with other artists kind of featuring and doing the kind of like draw this in yourself challenges, doing our challenges and features. That's kind of why I really wanted to do that, because I feel like there are a few things that bring the art community together, such as challenges and features. I think more people should be doing that. A lot of big art creators still do. Art collabs on Facebook. Facebook was a platform I never really got into when it came to art, especially not with the user license agreements. I kind of never really felt comfortable putting art there, but I do know there is something that was pretty interesting is that someone else I knew in another kind of artist situation, they were kind of like, you know, let me swap the music. Let's see. No. They were in this kind of situation where they would create a lot in a lot of different platforms, but ultimately noticing that one platform kind of needed, in this case Facebook, kind of needed a little bit of extra changing for it. Essentially, like let's say you could do lot like videos that were pretty tall, you know, standing widescreen videos, but the actual platform didn't allow for the videos to be that big, so they always had to edit the videos extra just for that one platform, and ultimately it wasn't really working out, and you know, it's a lot of work for little returns, so they had to they felt like they would just rather focus on the other platforms. At one point, like years after, they went back to it for Facebook, and people were kind of like acting like, oh my god, they're back, you know? Oh my gosh, it's been years, how are you? Meanwhile, they've been just growing their brand and everything elsewhere, but it really showed, and to me that also said that people are very, they stick to their platforms, you know? So it's important to, if you want to be accessible, to kind of try to be as such in different platforms. I try to post what I can that works on different platforms, but I do, like, my presence is a little so-so here and there at times. I'll focus on one end a little bit and then kind of lose track of it, and then something with the other. That's just a balance I need to figure out. But it's pretty interesting, the fact that they would just be like, oh my gosh, they're back. They've just been so inactive for so long. But yeah, hello Azul, but didn't say so. Art cult, yeah. Consistency is key for anything, I think. Improving on things, improving on yourself, improving on art, reaching people, stuff like that, you know. I remember seeing artists getting kind of I remember seeing artists getting a bit almost angry over the fact that they draw a little silly. For like 40 minutes and it gets like tens of thousands of likes. Meanwhile, the pictures they've drawn for like, you know, they spent 20 hours drawing a huge picture with cool characters. This gets like, you know, a decent but not as much likes. For a while I found that kind of ridiculous. Now I know that it's kind of like, it's more about the audience that you're trying to reach. The readability of your art is very important. The readability and the punchline. The readability and punchline is very important to get noticed, because first of all, people are just swiping. People are just swipe. So it's got to be something that's impressive, that catches your eye, that catches someone's eye, in a way. And then, if you have this huge, like, wallpaper-worthy, book cover, front and back, spread-worthy picture, it's great that you did that, but putting that on quick social media reach is might not get you the best of reactions, because people kind of comment less and less and they just leave a like now, you know. Humor's always been a secret ingredient. Yeah, I agree. If it's relatable and it's kind of funny, or just kind of silly, then that is a good way to go about it. I think it's very impressive that people manage to get a lot of their humor with their characters, you doing things like animatics, or, you know, giving it a little, not taking it too serious, I guess. Not taking it too serious. Giving it a little fun little giggle tee hee haha, you know? You're still at the mercy of the algorithm. But those are some things that work. So yeah, I think the people that accidentally just suddenly get bangers and just kind of benefit from that, or just people that genuinely just want to get some humor out there. Because if you're trying to engineer your posts to be interesting, then there's something that's a bit disingenuous with that, you know? Like you're in it for the you've got like an ulterior motive rather than just wanting to do something funny. Or a fandom or whichever, you know? You should do things for fun, yeah, but sometimes it's like the pressure of needing to do something for profit. Stress is a big killjoy. Stress and worries, you know. I've dealt with stress all my life. Yeah, life is stressful enough as it is. You to be putting even more stress on yourself. Yeah, very true, Natsu. Once again, when people want answers about what they should be doing or want to do or what works, what doesn't, there's not the cure-all, there's not the one thing that ends all, really. It's kind of about, again, the whole, what do you want to do it for? And that's kind of a bit of a harsh truth. I don't want to really get into too much about it, because it is one of those kind of unsolicited advices sometimes people get, and I just rather not be telling people what they shouldn't do. I just try to encourage, like, what do you want to do it for, and then try to create decisions around that, I suppose. I just think it's a shame when people end up resenting art because they rushed into wanting to do commissions and then kind of learned the hard way that they don't really like doing pictures for others. That they thrive more on drawing the things they like for themselves or at their whims, you know. But that's valid. That's completely valid. Just like not you don't like it. There are other things you can do. I just think a lot of people maybe get their live scripts from other creators and think that it needs to fit them too. You as an artist, you as a person, very unique. There may be others that are similar in many aspects to you, but you are the only one that does you. And the fine combination that is you. The beautiful combination that is you. And for like every day, like tomorrow you'll be even more beautiful than you were today, you know. It's a constant growth thing. Nice light coming down there. There you go. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Thank you. It's always a nice thing to hear when you just came here. Hello, Muchito. I think your art streams are so educational. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope I can give something back to everybody. I say give something back because even though you guys maybe weren't the artists that I learned from, you as creatives or whichever you would like to call yourselves are still part of the bigger whole that essentially like the bigger entity that taught me at one time, you know. Different time and place, but we're all just kind of part of it all, you know. I might be a content creator now, but some of you might just end up be aspiring ones. Find your thing to do. But yeah, like I always say, little disclaimer, these are my thoughts based off of my experiences. A lot of people have their own life experiences that brought them when they are. I try to not speak in absolute truths. I don't believe in absolute truths. One person's truth might not be fitting for everybody. So what I just want to do is give you maybe a push in the right direction if you need one. Something that helped me. It might not be something that vibes with you, but it might kind of still like help you find your own groove, you know? It might not be your groove. Yeah, I have a hay fever. Grass doesn't like me right now. Yeah. It's not a cold, I'm just have hay fever. I'm gonna drink a bit. So yeah, I'm allergic. I'm allergic. Yeah, there you go. Doing your own spin to something is creativity in its own right. People be all like, oh, I'm not creative, I'm not creative. Meanwhile, they have to do like spreadsheets or something and they find systems to make it work better, you know? I'm not very creative, they say, and then there's kind of like, wait, but why do you have why do you use prongs and scissors when you are cooking? Well, it just ends up like, instead of chopping the chicken on the board, I let it like boil a bit to get a broth. I grab the prongs and then I cut them, you know, that kind of stuff. I just kind of made that up. I've never really done that, but whatever works, you know. So yeah, people are creative in ways that they might not consider. You don't have to be an illustrator to be considered a creative person, you know. Sometimes one of the things that can, funny enough, one of the things that can get me kind of lost in YouTube shorts at times is when people do DIY stuff. You know, carpentry, plumbing, that kind of stuff, because the algorithm is like, oh, you like DIY stuff, huh? Have a look at this thing. Look at this person solved this problem. And I'm kind of like, wow, that's creative. And then, dang it, I that's not what I came for. Friggin' algorithm has me all just clocked. Repair videos are lovely, I love them. Mainly because I also repair things. But yeah, thank you once again for saying that my art streams are educational. I really like it to be. Let's put another one. Bloop. This is the Vilhelm Vanderbos channel. You know, I'm really happy when I get doing the art challenges and everything that I've been doing. It's been really nice because now the the algorithm of other places are like, oh, you like artists, look at this, look at these concept arts, and I'm just, yes, I like that, thank you. And then I'm also kind of reminded that, wait a minute, I need to make content too. Show me the memes, please. I need to know what's trending. And then I lose the art. It's like, no, but the kind of indie game people, the game devs, no. Reaches hands at. And always, you guys, if you guys got any questions in general or approaches in art or whichever, I'm happy to answer them if I can, or give my take on it. Let's see. Yeah, you heard it? Hoot, 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 hoot. It's a nice little check-in. I'm not good at checking in with myself, so my owl buddy helps me. It's kind of like, how are you feeling? Do you want to go another half hour? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, thank you. Okay, we got some rendering done. The hair's looking nicer. Maybe I should lock in a little bit more and maybe get a little bit more done. I don't know what... This one's pretty nice. I like this one. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not really good at whenever I'm streaming. It's like a lot of input, right? A lot of things to keep track of. So I'm not that aware of like, am I really comfortable? You know, is my posture good? You know what I should do? I should turn on my break my break app that tells me to kind of, you know, maybe not be drawing in the same posture for more than 15 minutes at a time. Yeah, the one thing I don't experience in when I'm streaming, when I'm doing art on stream, is getting into the zone. That was something that I noticed because I had not taken the time to draw things a while before. When I got back to it and was working on something in an afternoon, it was like, whoa, you know, the hyper focus or whichever, the getting into the zone of artwork. That's not something you do when drawing. Yeah, I'm mostly autopilot whenever I do this because I'm kind of using the same kind of rendering that I do. But whenever I draw, when I was doing it outside of stream, doing some designs and stuff, it was like, whoa, that's right, this is what it's like, you know? Kind of almost, not really blacking out, but almost kind of like an hour passes and then you kind of just, oh, I kind of need to maybe take a break or whatever, and you just realize that you gotten a lot of work done. Yeah, I don't feel like you should, as a streamer, like let yourself get in the zone completely to the point where you forget that you're streaming. To me, being there for chat interaction is way more important than getting work done. And I've said before that for me personally, I feel like streaming while working, while doing artwork and stuff like that, while it might help with this kind of almost body doubling effect when you guys are there, we kind of just almost like, you know, I have you guys there while I'm working, but it also it distracts from it a bit. So if it's something that would be time sensitive to get something done, streaming would really not be the best way to do it for me. There might be people that manage to do it well, but I can't. It's just distracting because I want to keep track of chat a lot, and it pulls my eyes away. And then maybe I'm working on something here. I look at you guys, then I come back, and then I'm like, the first things my eyes catch is over here. So then I start working here. Yeah, that's why using a break system, like a system for breaks, is really good. I use an app called Stretchly. Stretchly, I think that's right. Let me see how it's Stretchly, yeah, that one, Stretchly. And you can set the length of your breaks and stuff like that, and that it shows up on all your screens, so it really gets in the way and tells you like, oh, all right, let me drink. It's good. I think it's important to have little check-in moments with yourself. So now because I was like locking in, I'm locking in, as I said. This is getting over rendered. Meanwhile, this is kind of still big, like big shapes. So this is not a good direction to go, because then I will just over render this side. And then the other side is gonna be like look unfinished or whatever. So let's just use big shapes for this. We can bring it back with textures. But like I was saying, I don't feel like to be there's one thing to just stream your work and then not necessarily be there for chat. But if you want to be entertaining, I don't think it's for me personally. I don't want to not be aware of what you guys are saying. I feel like a host, you know? I'm inviting you all to my tea party. And as a host, it's not right to just say like, yeah, no, but sure, come over, let's do something. I'm just gonna sit in this corner over here, play my Nintendo Switch with headphones on. You guys do whatever. Again, that's just my take. Don't take it to absolute truth. This is just how I work and how I feel. Bartenderville, barista, if you will. If you would like me to cook for you, maybe a little barbecue with some drinks. Let me point you towards the Globie store, where there's a voice pack from last summer, where I invite you over to a barbecue. Nice ad segue. I'm pretty good at those now. Always the merchant. I need to look. I'm a migrating owl. I'm not born Dutch, but the culture, it becomes me. Lekker goedkoop, man. If you guys, there's this kind of do you guys know the anime Ascendance of a Bookworm? The isekai about the girl that likes to read and then essentially works very hard in order to get books to become a thing in that world. her specific merchant, you can tell me it's another world all you want, but that guy's Dutch. just like Balor from Mystria. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. It's just the fact that the guy's like sense of business is pretty good. Yeah, that's right. Hello, Fua. Welcome. Baba. I think. Dutch Balor's a fun headcanon. Yeah. Look, I'm a multilingual owl. Okay, I'm gonna learn the sheep. I'm gonna learn the sheep language as well. Honestly, I thought for the longest time that the other green owl, he who shall not be named, was a parrot, because it made sense. Parrots just like can speak any language because they mimic, you know, and it's just green. Kind of made sense. But then they were all like, yeah, at some point it's like, Bill, it's like an owl. What are you talking about? It's like a parrot, right? It's like, no, it's an owl. What? Why is he green? I don't know, it's just the mascot. Mentiroso. That was, yeah. And thank you for, yes, thank you. Still some details missing from this, of course, but we'll, it's gonna still stay a little painterly. It's not that I'm gonna fully render everything out, but I still want to get the right things in here. Yes, yes. Bit more here. The owl who shall not be named was depicted in such an un-owl. Yeah, yeah. Exactly. Imposter. Yeah, the build stream is where topics are all over the place. Whatever just catches a fancy to talk about. We're just talking about art in general. Now we're talking about the owl that did that. The other owl that shall not be named. Probably gonna need to do an overlay on the hair as well to make it a little darker again, because right now it's very bright. But that is intentional. No worries. Intend to just kind of put a little bit of a either multiply or an overlay or something to kind of. I gotta work on some art stuff, taking a wrist break. Good! Breaks are good. We were talking about that before as well. Breaks are very good. Wrist is sensitive. Your wrist is essentially what you use the most with it. Posture is important. And that goes for your drawing too. I think I'm gonna do some general strands coming out of this. On the couch. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you rest your wrist, Fua. You let your back, hips, and and neck some other day. It is important to keep posture well, though. Very much is. Shrimping is a lifestyle. I've got plenty of cautionary tales for shrimping, but I think I'll just leave it at encouraging the posture and the work environment. It's important. Almost gonna be wrapping up stream soon. Now, honestly, I have drawn on the couch as well. I've had a portable drawing setup, tablet, whichever as well. I feel like it works fine. I usually would have like a big pillow to lean the tablet on and stuff like that. It's fine for like a shorter session, but if you're going to be going past like half an hour or something like that, then I would say it's more important to. You're like doing things like assignments, commissions, and things like that. It's really important to invest in the kind of right ergonomic things to use. Yeah, the laptop stands are pretty good, depending on if you need a little bit more height. There are also these kind of tables that you put on top of a table that are also for laptops. We can actually even use it as a standing table if you would like to do that. I use a little pad. I use a little not pillow essentially. I use essentially a fluffy what'd you call that? You don't see it here. Oh, it's like right next to me. I use oven pads, you know. They have a bit of a layer. They're almost like little pillows. I use that to rest my arm on if I need to. I prefer to have my elbow lifted for better lines, but sometimes it's just going at it for hours on stream and stuff, then it just needs to rest. Then it's better to not rest your arm directly on a hard surface, because then those nerves are gonna not like it. They're literally gonna go after a while, and you're gonna hurt for days. Hello, Akane. Welcome. Keyboard rests are pretty good too, I guess. I would want one too. I don't have one. Rolled up towel. Floor time is nice too, yeah. There are some good exercises to do as well to kind of decompress. The one thing I have spoken about before is always like I've known so many artists that essentially take to arm braces, wrist braces, when it starts hurting. But the thing is that those those are there to kind of help support and prevent. If you're using it when it actually hurts already, then that is not a means for you to keep doing the activity that hurt you from the first from the first time. There are ways to do that activity more for longer, but it might need some change, and that's a part that people don't like, having to change their habits or how they work, how they hold their pen, how elevated their tablet is, and everything like that. It's just like a hairdresser should and probably does invest in good equipment. They can lift. They don't have normal chairs for the customers to sit in and then just kind of having to bend and statically work on someone's hair a lot. They have this kind of like, you know, lift and chairs that lift so that they can work at a comfortable level. Usually wear pretty good ergonomic shoes or have these kind of mats where they're standing around a lot, because those are the kind of things that bit by bit are gonna wear you down. So you kind of want to invest and consider you can invest time, not necessarily money and everything too. It's like time and effort into improving your work conditions when you're going to work a lot on art, and using methods like Pomodoro to take breaks regularly, or using the kind of like the Stretchly app or something like that that reminds you to not constantly be hunched over. Stand up, get a bit of like, get some water, get a new drink or something. Those are things that help you being able to do things in the long run. I'm not gonna say I haven't done that. A lot of these kind of painful lessons I've learned the hard way as well, for being stubborn and perfectionist, of wanting to get stuff done within a certain amount of time, just constantly working on something. Hard hats on building sites, yeah, exactly. Like hard hats, funny enough, hard hats are not so much so to protect you from falling objects. They're actually more so there for you to not smack your head on railings and stuff. Sure, they have some protective function towards like towards falling objects, like tools from a couple of, like from a floor up or something, but ultimately their main function is to just kind of keep you safe from the environment as well. A lot of ducking around and stuff like that, and avoiding rails, and then suddenly bam, you know, it's that's also creativity, problem solving, and risk prevention. It is. You have to, there are a lot of guides to what other people do, but you can use that knowledge and make it like into something that works for you. Because honestly, everyone's groove doesn't match everyone else's. You find your own thing that works, but you also kind of need to listen to the signals. If it doesn't want to work, if your body hurts, is giving you signals that something isn't working, and that's not a signal for you to stay on the floor for longer afterwards. It's more so a signal for maybe consider changing something in the actual current state of doing, or something like that, you know. I'm not a professional chiropractor or anything like that, or any kind of medical studied owl. This is just these are my thoughts. These are just owl things. Yeah, that prevention is better than treating. Yeah, I believe so. So please take care of yourselves. Some hurt can stick around for a long time, and it's never a good time to be hurting. You know, there's nothing like if you're gonna take a break from your work and go on vacation. That's not a good time. It's gonna mess with your vacation. You know. Or if you have work that needs to be done, that's obviously not the best time to suddenly get an injury that prevents you from it. So just that at least. Just find your way and please take care of yourself. Because like I said, everyone is beautiful, and you do your thing the best. You are that combination of special. There might be, what did I say again? There might be people that are similar to you, but you are the only person in the world that does you. And that you is quite beautiful. And if you were hurting and you got injured, you would not be able to do you anymore, and that would be a sad thing. Oh, that's how that works, huh? Yeah, you know what? We'll do this. I've kind of been feeling like I'm missing that one lock that goes here. So, there, I guess, there, here. I should be working too, but I'm too cozy watching your stream. Well, it's 9:30, so let me help you out with that. There you go. Progress. Pretty good progress. Getting some details in there. That hand looks pretty cool. Anyway. Hootsu, everybody. Hootsu, hootsu, hootsu. Hurrah! Yeah, the timing of that was pretty funny. I'm glad you were cozy, though. Mm-hmm. Hootsu, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Nice art stream. Gonna get some more work done on this. Member stream on Friday. I'm gonna keep working on this. Either we make it ASMR and I just do silent working, or yeah, we do or we just just do it normally. Whichever, I'll continue on this. I think that part of the hair looks pretty good. Kind of curious to see the before and after, you know, because I haven't saved that all today. So I can just save this as a separate file. And let me just open the old one. Bill Vanderbos. Sir, no, nothing. No, you didn't hear anything. No. I think the hinges are coming off the door. Maybe you guys should fix the door. I've been hydrating really well. I feel like I've been chatting pretty nicely. But yeah. Okay. Bill Vanderbos. It's more like Vilhelm Vanderbos for Bob Ross, essentially. I learned a lot of art knowledge and wisdom today. Thank you for all the fun and punsville. Of course, Chaco. Art Vice streams. We don't have hands. What do you expect from us? Dang it! You're right. It's just up there. The door is just held up by want and wishes, thoughts and prayers. Okay, a quick look at the here. Here you go. Mostly at the top. See? So zoom in. Hand got some definition. The hair also got cleaned up. The sleeve a little bit too. Especially the frills. Look at the frills. Some wood string and a dream. Well, there's duct tape. I guess we use plume tape. So yeah, there we go. Nice frills. Yeah, it's this kind of texture around it too. That's very paint like acrylics. Hair got the background thing done here. Anything else? The eyes a little bit. Mostly the hair. I feel like the hair also, like this part can just kind of fall into place. All good. We got this part of the hair to go. This the hand, some frills here too. And like I said, it's very shiny hair, but the actual reference, the hair is dark. So I'm gonna be doing a little overlay on top of all this to kind of darken it down a little bit again. But it's good to get the shapes in, because then we can use all the special little tricks once all of the rendering is there. Need my buddy. Hope, trust, and a little bit of Bill Wing Dorito dust. What is that? A pixie dust? From a, no, please. Not the Dorito dust. That's, don't do me like that. Look, I know it was King's Day, but I do not want my feather capes to be orange, okay? And Mary's magic. Mary's magic, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Mary, don't lose concentration on that door until I get a screwdriver and get that fixed. Dorito King, no. Cookie crumbs? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just, man. Let's just shake that. I freaking shake that. Well. Oh, better focus. Do not stop thinking about that. Don't think about the yellow daffodils in the back. Dang it, there goes the door. Power of suggestion. Yeah, that never works, does it? Tell people to not think about something. Better tell them what to think about. I'll get the screwdriver, trips face plants, trips over the next plumey, door friggin' just like bam. Man. I take no responsibility for. Then who will? Who broke down the door anyway? I was uploading a short. I didn't see who that was. I should wake up my buddy at some point here. Bobsleigh front door reminds me of Home Alone. Oh, bobsled, of course, yeah. Happy, like, would you mind congratulating me if it's late? Usually I wouldn't I wouldn't do it. I will just say in general, I suppose. Anyone whose birthday has been and will be, happy birthday. That'll have to do. Right, so tomorrow we're gonna be watching my debut, behind the scenes. With a little bit behind the scenes talk, leading into what led into the debut, during the debut. I don't remember much after, so that'll have to do. But also we're gonna be watching the extended, unless time runs away from us, we'll be watching the extended lore video afterwards as well. Join me tomorrow for a little bit of what the preparation and everything was going into hitting the go live button first of Generation 2, and yeah, looking forward to it. Actually, like I said, I haven't watched my debut in a while. It's gonna be fun. Noble Hours commentary. Yeah, just gonna be like, welcome to the commentary track of this DVD. I'm joined here by Vilhelm. Hi, and yeah, we're just gonna be. This part was quite interesting when you just talking about tangents and stuff like that. I always enjoyed listening to those. It was like podcasts and stuff in certain way, but I do want to pause it at times so that I can talk about what's going on around certain things. Podcast with Crowhelm. Welcome in. Hi everybody. This is the Vilhelm Vanderbos podcast. Today we got Crowhelm here. He's not actually in screen right now. We don't have a camera prepped on him, but he's off screen. Hi. All right. How did you get here anyway? I know. I just came for the whatever this drink. I just came for the licorice tea. What, you like licorice tea? Yeah. All right. Out. Get out of here. Hello, Lepa. We're rounding up stream. I worked a little bit on art. We got this picture done. This is what we started with. This is how much work we did today. And yeah, you can catch the VOD to catch up on how that happened. There was a lot of good topics today, just in general. But yeah, right now I'm rounding up stream. Gonna have a look if there's anyone I can raid. And tomorrow on the stream time slot, the usuals, we are gonna be watching my debut. Let's see. Oh, okay. What are you doing? ASMR? You guys up for some ASMR from Ambrose? There you go. Yeah, we need to help Ambrose breathe a bit. He's having an asthma attack. Someone get the inhaler. Yeah. Anyway, ASMR. I'm Dango. Let's go. Do we have let's do an owl. And spark, and then write it like quietly, hoot hoot. That deserves that. Thank you. I'll celebrate it. I'll high five myself even. There you go. There. Raid message. Yeah, thanks again, everybody. I'm just setting up the raid properly is all. Give me a mo. Jamar B. 8. Self high five. What? You gotta celebrate the things, right? You gotta give yourself a credit due. Good job. It has to start with you. It starts with you. The world starts with you. Anyway, I'm being a little silly. Let's wrap things up. Thank you so much. I had a nice stream. It was nice talky stream. I'm gonna go make some tea. Not licorice tea. Wilhelm can have those, I guess. He seems to like them. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. There you go. Yush. Alright. Hoots to everybody. Stay lovely. See you again real soon. See you again tomorrow even. But for now we say bye bye. Bye bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Oh. Right, I guess I should do it. Hoot afternoon. Someone should probably fix that.